Understanding sexual versus emotional attraction in dating. What exactly distinguishes sexual chemistry from emotional compatibility? The primary difference between sexual chemistry, or attraction, and emotional connection lies in their focus. Sexual chemistry is centered purely on physical desire. It's that instant spark, the fireworks you feel when you're drawn to someone on a biological level. This is driven by hormones, pheromones, and primal instincts, with little regard for the person's personality or long-term potential. You might not care much about who they are as an individual. The attraction is overwhelmingly physical. On the other hand, emotional compatibility is about genuinely wanting to know someone beyond the physical. It's the curiosity you feel when you engage with them fully clothed, so to speak, learning about their thoughts, values, hobbies, and life experiences. Subconsciously, you're evaluating how well they align with your own ideals, even if you're not actively aware of it. You might mentally score their words or actions, not in a calculated way, but as a natural assessment of whether they could fit into your life long-term. The healthiest relationships often strike a balance between these two forces. If the connection is purely sexual, it may lack depth, while emotional compatibility alone might miss the passionate spark. Interestingly, research and interviews with long-term happy couples reveal a common pattern. About 90% of women in these relationships didn't feel intense sexual attraction to their partners initially, whereas men often did. This is partly because men are typically more visually stimulated and may prioritize physical chemistry early on. Over time, however, these couples often describe their partner as their best friend, a testament to how emotional connection deepens. For women, attraction can grow gradually, so going on multiple dates doesn't necessarily mean she's as physically drawn to you as you are to her. She might still be evaluating compatibility, and the absence of red flags keeps her engaged. For men, it's important to recognize this difference. Just because a woman isn't rushing into physical intimacy doesn't mean she's uninterested. In fact, if she's taking time to assess the relationship, it could be a positive sign she's considering you for the long haul. The key takeaway: don't dismiss someone solely because the initial sexual spark isn't overwhelming, unless there's outright repulsion. Likewise, men should understand that women's attraction often unfolds differently, and patience can lead to a deeper, more meaningful connection. When it comes to dating, it's crucial to understand that if a woman isn't attracted to you, whether it's your appearance, personality, or any other factor, she's unlikely to go on additional dates with you. She might agree to a second date, but if there's no potential for a romantic connection, you probably won't make it past that point. So, how do you handle this situation? You need to be observant and look for signs of attraction and indications that she's open to being kissed. I've covered this topic in other videos, so be sure to check those out. Essentially, you should follow her pace but remain vigilant for those signals. Initially, it's especially important to ensure that there's sexual tension between you. I've also discussed this in previous videos, so make sure to watch those. You need to escalate the situation, otherwise, you risk being relegated to the friend zone permanently. The key difference between being friends and being lovers is, of course, sex. Therefore, you must maintain that sexual tension, whether through physical touch, subtle innuendos, or playful winks. Treat her more like a potential lover than a sister or buddy. This way, when she eventually decides that you might have long-term potential, she'll also feel that you're guiding her into the sexual aspect of the relationship right away. Kissing is a significant indicator of sexual chemistry, and it reveals a lot about your compatibility. You'll need to take the lead as the signs become apparent. Again, refer to my other videos on recognizing signs that she doesn't want to be kissed and how to initiate a kiss to bring out those signs or back off if it's not the right moment. The ideal scenario is when both of you are sexually attracted to each other and compatible. Additionally, it's essential to identify your deal breakers and deal makers. If the sex is great, you might overlook red flags, which can lead to trouble down the line. Be selective and discerning to ensure a happy and healthy relationship. I hope this advice is helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.